Hello guys, it's Ben Schroeder with you here again. Today we're going to go over a very common tree, AZADIRACHTA indica, or better known as the neem tree. So let me just start with its identification. You can see first of all it's a tree. There are the leaves. Here's the overview, and just a close-up of the bark. When it's time for fruiting, this tree isn't exactly time for fruiting yet, but when it's time for fruiting, you will see small little yellow pods, and there'll be individual pods about the size of a, let me just say, an olive, about there. And yeah, inside there's outer flesh, and then inside there's an actual nut. So this is where the oil comes from, but we'll talk about that a little later. Right now we'll just go through the medicinal properties. We'll start. The leaf has anti-inflammatory, anti-hyglemic, anti-ulcer, anti-malarial, antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral, antioxidant, anti-mutagenic, anti-carcinogenic properties. So it's quite a big list there of different properties. This plant is truly known around the world for its medicinal properties, and you can see just in the amount of antis there are. Now of course anti doesn't mean it's bad or doesn't mean it's good, but we can see the different qualities it has. Leaf infusion is good for treating lice, for treating gum disease, dandruff, and plaque. So that would be obviously a decoction, and applied to the head, applied to skin diseases, used within the mouth to cure different things. Leaves effective against malaria and dengue fever. This is quite known throughout West Africa. Just the effects that leaves have against malaria, dengue fever, and that is usually taken. Leaves are either boiled as a decoction, and then the water is used to bathe with, and is also used orally to ingest the water, and that has shown great effects against malaria. Of course, it's not a go-to, but it does show reduce in symptoms. Leaves also reduce blood sugar to manage diabetes, so leaves are very useful. They can be used as blood against diabetes, and to not cure but to reduce the effect of diabetes. Now we'll go on to the oil and the bark. Specifically used for skin illnesses such as scabies, eczema. Now because of the properties antifungal and such, it's good for putting on skin. Usually it's combined with soaps and different products, but it can be applied directly to the skin. Oil can also inhibit cancer cells. There's been studies around breast cancer, and it actually inhibits the growth of tumors and reduces the effect of cancer. Also, oil can be used for fungal diseases. Like I said, the oil is quite effective at having antifungal properties, also anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, so it can antiviral as well, so it can be used on fungal diseases, and then it can also be used on skin illnesses. Bark is used for ulcers, and then also for herpes. So that would be, of course, a decoction. If you have an eruption on the outside of your skin, or the outside of your body rather, you would use a poultice of that. But many different uses. If you search online, you can find tons of different uses. These are the main ones. You can think of other illnesses that neem is effective against. But yeah, Those are the main ones. Other uses: oil can be used to control ticks and mites on livestock. Ticks and mites are a big problem. Oil can be infused in some sort of product or put directly on livestock or the area where livestock is located to deter mites and livestock, ticks. Sorry. And yeah, it's also used as green manure, used as insecticide and pesticide. Very effective in those aspects. There's all these cakes. Once you press out the oil out of the seeds, there's the cake that is left over. This is often used for spreading on gardens to determine pests, spreading on farms to determine other insects that feed on crops. And then, of course, oil can be used in hygiene products. There's many different hygiene products, with neem oil becoming quite popular, has been popular in places like India and West Africa, but is now becoming popular around the world. So it's a very versatile tree, known for a huge range of medical properties, and is definitely a go-to for many different sort of illnesses. Well, of course, the research articles will be in the link below. I hope you tune in next time and you just browse the database that I'm creating. I really hope to get this database continually adding new trees, new plants, new things from West Africa, and hopefully expanding. So I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you in another video.